Hello and welcome to this introduction to copywriting course for beginners. So, the goal of this training is to teach you what copywriting is and how you can get started within 3 to 7 days on the average. So, we're going to start with what is copywriting. So, to help us and assist us continue in a beginner friendly way, I've generated my notes with ChatGPT. I know you might not expect that, but ChatGPT is a powerful tool you can use to learn anything. Yes, but adding the touch of a human being to the content given by ChatGPT makes it even much more easier for you to understand everything that we'll be doing here. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's go through what we have to learn. Day 1 to 3, let's just forget about these days. Let's talk about the curriculum content itself. And we're going to talk about what is copywriting, advantages of copywriting, systems to make you a better copywriter, levels of copywriting, understanding your audience, then some assignments for you, headlines, understanding attention grabbing techniques, offer creation, how to write persuasive copies, how to analyze, seeing and understanding copies when you see the examples. There's something we call swipe files. You need to study them. We'll talk about that. Lead generation strategies, that is acquiring new customers, new leads, people that can become your customers, lead generation, content marketing tips. Every of these we would be learning in the next few days. So, fasten your seatbelt and let's get into it. What is copywriting? Before I go into the note, let me just give you an idea of what copywriting is. Copywriting basically is the use of words. The use of words. WORDS. The use of words. Now, what do we mean when we say the use of words? The use of words to compel someone to take an action. The use of words to persuade someone to take an action. The use of words to convince someone to take an action. The use of words to motivate someone to take an action. That is the idea of copywriting. So you can use it in sales, in marketing, in closing, in whatever it is. I mean, the tactics of copywriting, the whole idea of copywriting is to get someone to do something, take an action. I mean, okay, let's say for instance, you have um you have a restaurant, and then in your restaurant you have different dishes and everything. Then you put a flyer or a banner poster outside the street. Now, you could put some graphics of food and everything. It's not going to do anything for you because people just see it. They don't know what you're trying to communicate. But the moment you put a text, some body of text there, and say, grab a bite of snacks at Denny's Kitchen, then they'll be like, wow, where is Denny's Kitchen? Because someone passing by at that time might be hungry. You've actually passed a message and you're trying to tell them, okay, come get something to eat. That is just a subtle way of saying you're persuading someone, you're motivating someone because you show them the picture of maybe a burger that is looking yummy and looking nice. Alright, so that is just the idea of copywriting. So copywriting can be applied in different ways, in so many ways. It can be used to sell, it can be used, most likely you would have been told that copywriting is used for sales, but it is used beyond sales. Copywriting is used beyond sales. It's not just limited to sales. Although, at the end of the day, the final goal of copywriting is that you make a sale, and not just one sale. You make multiple sales. You make multiple sales. And when you make multiple sales, that means you're going to generate multiple income and multiple revenue for your business. And that is the goal of every business owner. You want to see more sales, you want to see more revenue, you want to see, most importantly, more profit. Now, I'm going to show you. Let's go to Google and say what is copywriting. Thank God we have Gemini now. Let's see what Google says. What is copywriting? Okay. Copywriting is the practice of writing text to market products or services. It is a key part of many digital marketing campaigns. So now, someone that writes copy, I mean COPY, that's what we call copy. Copy is a body of text that you write and put together to market something. Do you understand? That is what a copy is. You can write that down if you need to. So the person that writes copy is called a copywriter. And I need to clarify this. Copywriting is different from copyright. Let me show you difference between copywriting and copyright. Yeah, this. So now, copywriting, writing with pen and paper. That's what we're talking about. Although you can write with your digital note, Google Sheet, Google Notes, Notepad, whatever it is you're using, whatever you prefer to use digitally aside from pen and paper. So copywriting refers to the act of writing persuasive marketing content like advertisements, website copy, the ones you see on website that they used to tell you to convince you to register, sign up, do a free trial, sign up for a free trial, and all of those things. So it's to convince someone to take a specific action. While copyright, like human rights, humans have rights, right? You have a right to life, right to freedom of education, right to movement, and all of those things. Humans have rights. Now, there's something that is called copyright. It is a legal protection that grants exclusive rights to the creator of an original work, allowing them to control its reproduction and distribution. You see most of this copyright in books. So if you read books, and as a copywriter, you must develop the habit of reading books. You must develop the habit of reading books. So you would realize that when you're reading books, at a point, you're going to see something like copyright, like this. When you're reading books, you'd see a lot of things like copyright here by so and so person. So I just needed to do that quick clarification. So don't make that mistake of saying copyright instead of copywriting. Copywriting is writing of text. Copyright is a protection, a legal protection of someone's content. Do you understand? That is what it is. So what is copywriting? What do copywriters do? So just like let's say someone that writes copy is called a copywriter. Okay, so that is just it, as simple as that. What do? They create content for billboards. Thank God I made an example that is close to billboards. We talked about a restaurant, and we talked about adding pictures of yummy burger just to attract people that might be looking for food or snacks to eat. And then we add a text and say, grab a bite of snacks at Denny's Kitchen. Okay, so copywriters create content for billboards, brochures, catalogs, and more. They write scripts for commercials. They create taglines and white papers. Don't worry if you don't understand all of these terminologies. You can easily look them up on Google. Google is friendly and easy to use. So if you check out commercials, in this generation, you must learn how to research. If you check out for commercials, meaning you're going to get something interesting commercials meaning. So commercials means activities that are intended to make a profit by someone that is really, really direct now, like TV stuff. Let me see. Okay, that's in business. Let me see commercials meaning. So commercials is a television or radio advertisement. So that's just by the way. We're still talking about what do copywriters do. So copywriters create taglines. Taglines are like slogans. Okay, like Nike now. Nike's slogan is just do it, right? Just do it. So powerful. 3 words. Just do it. It comes with a lot of power, motivation in it. Um, which other one do I remember? None for now. Let's continue. So, write the right website and social media post. Let's go to a random website. Okay, if you go to Medium, I know Medium. If you go to Medium, you're going to see a lot of things, a lot of things, a lot of content, a lot of content. Now, can you see this title? Ugly websites sell better. This is an headline. I mean, I was scrolling through and this just caught my attention. Ugly websites sell better. The first question that comes to my mind is that how does an ugly website sell better? That is the idea of copywriting. At first, when you're writing anything, whether copy or content, even YouTubers, whatever content you are creating, written, textual, audio, visual, you want it to be something that will stop your intended viewer. You want them to stop for a moment and think and pay attention to what you have to say in the first 3 to 8 seconds that they see it. In fact, 8 seconds is too much, 3 to 5 seconds. Now, I saw this and I felt like ugly websites sell better. How does that make sense? You want a website to be sleek, beautiful, and elegant. You can tell me that this website we are on right now is not ugly. I mean, it's clean. The logo is here. There's a search bar here. There's a profile here. And there's the content here in the middle. I can scroll down and check everything. Now, this person says ugly websites sell better. Why? I need to know why he's saying this. And I need to know how does ugly website sell better because I'm interested in this topic. Okay? Why do I have to pay attention? The reason why it caught my attention is because maybe I'm a designer. I design websites, I design graphics. So it is my line, it is my niche, it is something I'm used to. It caught my attention. Let's go back to the list of contents that are here. For someone else, this might be what catches their attention, how to wake up at 5 p.m. every day. Maybe you've been struggling with, you want to do some daily plans, daily life plans, and have a beautiful life. You want to have a structured day, wake up at this time, do this at this time. You want to organize your day. This kind of content will attract you better than this. So, if I've been struggling with waking up, I've been trying different things, setting alarms, and tell my friend to call me by 5 a.m. Maybe they sleep off, they forget, they call me by 6 a.m. and nothing seems to be working. And I see this content, I might just be like, oh, I've been struggling with 5 a.m. every day. Let me see what this person has to say. Because the way we are wired is we are wired to automatically notice the things that looks like what we need. So because maybe I'm not a website designer, I don't have anything to do with website, all I'm just struggling with, I've been looking for a solution to how to wake up at 5 a.m. So as I'm scrolling through all of this now, nothing really catches my attention. But when I see 5 a.m., I see wake up, oh, that becomes my interest because, well, it's something I would love to explore because I want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. So I click it, I open it, I start reading, and that is how. So when it comes to copywriting, this is a copy now, a very good example of a copy. A copy is also a content. Now, how to wake up. Now, remember we said at the end of everything, you want someone to take an action. I don't know if this guy wants us to take any action at the end of everything, but it doesn't look like anything that requires us to take an action here. Okay, the content is still much. The reason I can't finish all of this is because I'm not logged in. Am I okay? I'm logged in. Let me check it out. Why can't I check it all? With the story and best stories. Looks like they want me to upgrade this plan. Can you see? They want me to upgrade this plan to be able to access the full content. I would have loved to see what the end of this content is saying. But ideally, if this person was selling alarm clocks or a special alarm clock, because not all alarm clocks are really effective. If there's something special about this alarm clock, it might at the end tell you that that is what he uses. Do you understand? So they tell you how to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Then they start telling you a story. I thought I was destined to be a night owl forever. I'm no stranger to reading this, blah, blah, blah. But a few months ago, I started blah, blah, blah. I found this gem when I was writing mode and all and all and all and all and all. Then he will now tell you the solution. Maybe this was what he started going to bed at this time. Then it was easy for him to wake up at 5:30 or at 5 a.m. That is how copy works. Now let's go back. So how do copywriters? Okay, we are not done here. Copywriters also write website and social media posts. If you go on to Instagram, Facebook, you're gonna see a lot of them. Um, Facebook. I don't have it logged in here. So let's just go ahead. If you go onto your Instagram, you see different captions that people put on their posts. Some of these are copies. They are copies. Then what do copywriters also do? They work with account and design teams to develop concepts. So that is just another way they work. So how do copywriters write effective content? Number one, they research and understand their target audience. Now, Oraimo is well in some electronics like gadgets, accessories, phone accessories, and your device accessories, hairpiece, chargers, um, earbuds, power banks, different things like that. Now, the target audience for Oraimo is very wide, ranging from, let's say, teenagers, youth, and adults. So for for them, and there are some specific products that will really match some age group. There are some specific products that will really match some age group, while some will resonate with some different target group. But let's say airbuds, airbuds, yes, airbuds. Let's say airbuds, for example, it should resonate more with teenagers and youth, and maybe some people that are still young adults, not extremely adults. Yes, maybe. So they need to understand who are they selling to, who are they writing to, because the moment you understand that, it makes your work much more easier. You can't talk to a baby the same way you talk to an adult. You can't talk to an adult the same way you talk to a baby. There is a tone and a language for different groups of people. There's a tone and language for different groups of people. That is why if you are going to tell a baby or a child to close the door, there would be a tone that you would use, and there will be a tone that you use if you are going to tell an adult the same thing, because of different reasons. One, the child might be very young and still be learning how to take instructions, so you might have to say it like twice or three times for them to grab it and understand how to do it. But for an adult, you can just go ahead and tell the adult, please close the door, please shut the door. Then they do that once. So if you understand your target audience, you will know how to talk to them better, how to communicate with them much more effectively. So this is very, very important. If you miss this, you will miss everything. This is the foundation. They say if the foundation is destroyed, what can the good people do? What can the righteous people do? Do you understand? If you miss this foundation, every other thing you do is going to be whack. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because if you want to sell um what, let's say if you want to sell, I'm trying to look at a very good example of what to compare. Let me see. Yeah, to someone who is sport inclined, someone who is sport inclined, um to someone who is sport inclined, when it comes to choice of cars, they would be fascinated by fast cars and every other thing. Now, and if you're making a space bus, you can't have such a person as your target audience because such a person is fascinated by fast cars. Probably is a single bachelor, early 20s, late 20s, early 20s, early 30s. But if you have a space bus, you definitely want to target people like companies, families, people that have a family that want to go in groups. Do you understand? Because the use case is different. Someone that is in his early 20s would want to have fun, having a long ride, speeding up their fast cars on the street. But a family oriented person or a group, a company would need a space bus because they have a large number of people to consider when they are transporting themselves. So if you want to sell a space bus now, you can't have that kind of teenager that like fast cars as your target audience. You will not sell. You will not sell. Because it's not your ideal customers. That is not what he wants. That is not what he needs. It's not gonna buy it. So you need to know who your customer is. If you have a fast car for sale and you target that kind of guy or that kind of lady, then you will know how to talk to them. You will know the language, you will know the horsepowers to mention, you will know the turbos to mention, you will know the firing stuffs you need to mention to make them fascinated and be like, wow, I got to test this car out. I've got to see what your car is made of. That kind of thing. That's how it works. So the research is 80% of your work as a copywriter, as a writer. In fact, in most of the work we do as techies, writers, designers, and everything, design, writing, research takes about 80% of what you do. If you have a solid research, your work will be easier. I would advise you to go read the book by is it Vilfredo Pareto? I'm not so sure. But just understand the concept, even if you don't read the book. Let me see it. 80-20 rule. That's the title. 80-20 rule. Try and read that book. We've started. Oh, Richard Koch. Yeah, Richard Koch wrote this book. Richard Koch wrote this book. If you can't lay your hands on the hard copy, just search for free PDF. Free PDF download. Then you download it and read. You can download it from anywhere here. Download it and start reading. 80-20 rule. It shows that 20% of effort and everything we do brings 80% of the result. But sometimes the bulk of what you do, the 80% of what you do, the bulk of what you do lays the groundwork for every other thing. But the major thing that you will do is that 20%. It's minute. But if you ignore the 80%, your work is still gonna fall. I mean, it's still subject to falling or failing. So you need to have a solid background in researching and understanding your target audience. If you can do well in this, trust me, every other thing will be easy for you. Every other thing will be easy for you. So after you've done your research and understand it, you see, I spent so much time talking about research and your target audience because at the end of the day, whatever copy you are writing it for a group of customers, a group of users, a group of leads, a group of target audience. Do you understand? And you need to know about them. If you don't, there's no way you want to convince them. No way. You can't use the words they understand. You can't talk in the language they understand. And that is just how it works. Once you're done doing that, you can start writing clear, compelling headlines. Like, let's go back here to Medium. Where is Medium? Where is Medium? Oh, yeah, over here. So, this is an headline. This is an headline. So you can go write a clear, compelling headline. As you can see, this headline is very clear. How to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Anybody reading this definitely is looking for a way to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, or every 2 days, or every 3 days. It is clear enough. If it is not my goal, I don't have interest in it, I have no business in reading this. I rather read what resonates with me, what gives me an interest to what I really want to know more about. So that's how it works. So let's go back to the content. So focus on benefits over features. We're going to talk about this, how to convert features to benefits. Okay, let's see a good example of features to benefits. Looking for features to benefit conversion. Maybe we're going to touch on that later. We have it here, somewhere around here. We'll be converting features to benefits, and it's a pretty much interesting thing to do if you ask me. Then creating urgency and scarcity. You must have definitely seen where they tell you this offer ends in 30 days, this offer ends in 24 hours. Those are elements of urgency. They might tell you limited slots available, just 10 slots is left, this and that. They want you to take action very quickly, because if you do not take action now, you might be bothered, or your attention might be carried away by other things. So you want people to take action ASAP, as soon as possible, as fast as they can. You want them to take action. Using social proof, testimonials. Like someone rightfully said, that if you see if you have a if you have something to do with your car, like you need a mechanic to work on your car, and then there are two options of mechanics center you can visit. Then one of them is new. The both of them are new, but one doesn't have any review. It doesn't have any customer feedback. It doesn't have any customer to say that they've used their services before. It's hard to work with such a person. It's hard to trust them. But if you were told that there's someone else, that people like 50 people have said that they have good customer service, they know the job, their work is fast, their work is affordable, it's cheap, they are friendly, they are accommodating. I mean, if you hear things about their services, it will be easy for you to patronize them than those that you've not heard anything about them. Do you understand? Except you are the person that you don't mind about social proof. But most people really care about social proof. People want what is working well already, so it's easy for them to join the crowd of what is working already. So using social proof and testimonials, you understand that much more better, and including a strong call to action. At the end of everything, you want people to take an action. So you see, because I'm not a full member paying on a paid plan, before I can continue reading this story, these guys want me to upgrade. This is a call to action, simple call to action: upgrade. I mean, if you find this content useful, if you find this content interesting, jolly, upgrade your account. So if I really need it badly, I have no choice than to click on upgrade and then choose a plan and start exploring the content I needed. That is how it works. So, including strong call to actions, clear call to actions, then using clear personal language. Very important. When you're doing copies, writing copies, you want it to be as if you are talking to one person. So imagine you talking to one person. Your focus is clear, the use of words are intentional so that the person can feel every word, can understand every word, the vibe that comes with every word. That is how it works. All right, start with a bang and end with a call to action. I mean, when they say start with a bang, they're trying to tell you start with something that increases their interest, that makes them feel like, wow, let me see what comes at the end of this. Then end with a call to action. Always end with a call to action. So that is what copywriting is all about. So when we go to our note on ChatGPT, you can see it has a more robust definition. Okay, we are 12 minutes going to about time now. Let's see how we can speed up. Okay, copywriting is the art and science of writing persuasive content to inspire action. We've talked about all of this. Making a purchase, sign up for a service, and all of this. Yes, words that sell without feeling salesy. It is very important not to feel salesy. Don't feel as if you just want to sell something hard. You just want to make sale. You just want to sell. It will be very irritating. I don't know if you've ever been to the marketplace and then in the open marketplace and people start dragging you, come to my shop, I have what you want, I get what you need, what do you want? Compare that to someone that just walks up to you and asks you, um, is this your first time in the market, or have you been to this market? Then it's a conversation. The person asks you a question, then you be like, yeah, this is not my first time. Okay, good. So looks like you know where you're going, or do you need some help? Then the person answers you, yeah, I know what I need. I don't need extra help. They might say, I know what I need, but I'm not really sure where to get it. The person asks another question, okay, what do you need? Maybe I could direct you to where you'd get it, or perhaps I could just be of help. Then that's how it works. This person might actually have what you need. He might even have sensed what you need, but it's not appearing salesy like other people that is dragging you, that come to my shop, I get what you need. Do you understand? You would want to go with the person that is calm and taking you in a conversation, because it looks more personal, like this person is really ready to help. You are not even thinking that this person wants to sell you something, because you are thinking this person is like caring about you. He wants to know and make your journey in the market easy. That's why I asked you, have you ever been to this market before? Or you are new. Do you understand? The approach is different. Don't sound salesy. You are here to provide solution. You are here to help. You are not just here to sell. Do you understand? That is what copywriting is all about. So, advantages of copywriting, benefits of copywriting. If we ask ourselves, why do we have to write copies? Definitely beautiful things happens when you write copies. It boosts your sales, builds your trust, just like the example I gave now. Imagine someone is just dragging you in the market physically and telling you to come and buy something in their place. You feel like, what's all this pressure about? But someone talks to you calmly, and then you know you kind of trust that person because you are able to interact. You're having a conversation. So advantages of copywriting: it boosts sales. A good copy converts prospects into buyers, builds trust. Quality copy strengthens brand reputation. It drives engagement also. That is, it allows people to interact with their audience. And it also improves search engine optimization, is SEO. When you search for something, like you can see, I searched for 80/20 rule and all of this showed up. So there's something that is called search engine optimization. All these things now, you can see this person is showing at the first result. In the next 1 week or 2 weeks, if I search for this exact keyword, I mean this exact statement, it might not bring this as the first because someone else might have improved their optimization, their SEO and everything, and it will bring them to the top. So that is what SEO means. If it is sounding complex to you, don't worry, it doesn't have to be complex to you. You will definitely understand it with time. Hopefully before the end of this training you understand it much more better. So that is what it is. So let's go back to the frameworks to make a copywriting a better copywriter. Now, you already understand who a copywriter is, what copywriters do, and that is just pretty much it. Now, we are getting into how do you become a copywriter? How do you write copies? What are the formulas? What are the tools that you use? Now, frameworks. There is what we call frameworks to make you a better copywriter. Frameworks are like formulas, they are like tools that you use. So in formulas, I don't know, I'm trying to remember um mnemonics. I can't really remember what you call them, but mnemonics is one word that comes to my mind. Like, you remember when you are in school, you are reading for an exam, and then you are trying to put words together to form a formula so that you will be able to remember. There's a word we call that. I can't remember that word now, but if you are familiar with that concept, you would know what I'm saying. But it's fine if you don't. So copywriting frameworks, we have PAS, AIDA, PASTOR, HSA. These are just like the most common frameworks or formulas of copywriting. There are so many others. So many others. If you check Google, for example, let's say what is or what are copywriting framework. So, a copywriting framework is a structured method for writing that helps you organize your ideas and engage your audience. So, this is another way to explain what a framework is. A framework is like a method, like ABC 1 2 3. It's just a structure that you can use. Do you understand? So if you want to if you want to write a list of something now, there are different frameworks, there are different methods to list. You can list with numbers 1 2 3. You can list with Roman figures I. You can also list with alphabet A, B, C, either small letter or capital letter. So those are frameworks, those are methods. So a framework is just like a method of writing, like a formula of writing. So you can see examples of copywriting frameworks: AIDA, PAS, 4Ps, 4Cs, PPP. They are just so much. You can see 13. This website says 13. This website says 10. This website says 6. This website says 10. This one says 8. This one says 5. This one says 6. So let's just go back to our notes and let's explain it real quick. So PAS stands for problem, agitate, and solution. So when we talk about PAS, PAS is like your, let's see what Google says, if we can make it easier and simpler. Copywriting frameworks. PAS is a popular framework that stands for problem, agitate, solution. It helps you attract readers by highlighting a problem and showing them the solution. Let's see if we have a better explanation to that. Okay, so PAS is a classic in advertising world. It stands for pain, agitate, and solution. Just 3 steps. First, ask, what kind of pain is my audience experiencing? That will be the beginning of your copy. Next, emphasize that pain. ways they experience it day to day or how long they've been experiencing it. Finally, show your readers that you have the solution to that. Well, this is just very simple. I love explanations that are more engaging and kind of fun, and I'm not sure that is it. Let me see this, if this gives us a much more nice one for PAS. Okay, that's AIDA. Okay, now this is it. Problem, agitate, and solution. Although similar to the previous one, blah blah blah, this framework focuses on the audience problem and how the persistence of that problem makes their life difficult. Do you understand? Once identified, the product or service emerges as the answer to that problem. Now, what is problem? Identify the real problem your audience has, which your product or service can solve. Agitate. When we talk about agitate, you are saying touch the sore spot, stir the waters, and make the problem hot. Show the consequences of not solving that problem or how much it's making the audience life difficult. That is crazy. Solution. Present the solution to the problem. In this case, the product or the service. Now, let's talk about ulcer. I don't know if you've ever seen an ulcer patient in pain and in agony of pain when they are having crisis. Okay, an ulcer patient has a very, very painful feelings in their belly because it looks like their intestines is going to cut off. That is how they feel. So let's assume that you have a drug, like maybe Gestid is a common drug that they use. If Gestid is your product and the problem they have is their stomach hurts, their heart burns, and all of those things. Now, once you have identified the problem, when we talk about agitate, you are making the problem look like it's going to be the end of their life, and you creating fear in them in a way that they see that, oh, I cannot go ahead with this problem, I have to solve it. And the moment you make them feel that way, you present your solution to them as the solution. God helping you, you have testimonials of people who are already using it and have testified to how good your product is or how good your service is. So that is how PAS works. That is how PAS works. That's how PAS works. I believe that is simple enough. AID is also a very common one. The first A stands for attention. The I stands for interest. The D stands for desire. And the A stands for action. Now let's see what they call that here. So in four steps, this framework is mostly used to present products and services, but its applications are endless. The structure goes thus. Attention is to capture the audience attention. Remember here, this was what captured the attention of someone that is looking for how to wake up early. Then interest, spark the interest of the reader, provide information about the product that people find interesting and relate that information to the audience problems. So if you go back here, you see an unconventional and compassionate guide to becoming an early bird. I thought I was destined to be a night owl forever. You'd be like, okay, so what happened? I'm no stranger. This begins to spark up interest because the reader at this point wants to know what happened. Then you continue to read. Okay, in my final semester in the university, this is a story type of copy, so make it more interesting. Then you want to know what really happened, what happened, what happened, what happened, what was happening, and how did it end. Do you understand? So that is how it works. Let's go back here. Once you have sparked their interest, you want to make the people desire what you are offering. In this stage of the copy, people will understand how the product or service you are selling will solve their problems, that they will be like, oh, this is what I want. I don't want this to pass me by. That is the point where their desire is on 100%, 80%, 101%, 200%. They just want to lay their hands on your product or your service. At the end of everything, you need a clear call to action. Whether they should buy now, they should book now, whatever it is you want them to do, incite action. Make them want to buy your product, service, or idea, or take any convenient action. That is how it works. Let's go to PASTOR. Talk about problem, amplify, story, transformation, offer, and response. Let's see if we get more on that from Google. PASTOR. Oh, we didn't get it here. Let me see if we have it here. PASTOR. It's not here. Okay. Okay, let's check this out. The problem, identify the problem the audience has. They said this is the longest framework and also the most used for landing pages. Landing pages. Now you're understanding different use case. They've mentioned a use case for this framework, landing pages. Whenever you go to any website, the first page you land on, the first page you see is called a landing page. So whenever you click a link, you see, we search for copywriting framework. So we see different results here. When I click on this, it takes me to a page. This is the landing page for the link I clicked. This is the landing page. But mostly, the landing page is mostly always the home page of website. So this is the landing page of this website. Had it been they were running something, maybe an ad, or I saw it on a business card, or I saw it from a social media link, it's going to bring me to their home page where I will see all of this to their home page. So, but ideally, the landing page is where the website owners or the business wants you to land on when you click a specific link. So that is a landing page. That's just so you know. Someone can give you a job and tell you, okay, I want you to write a copy for my landing page. Now you will not be a stranger to the world or the context of landing pages. So now this is the longest framework and it's mostly used for landing pages. Due to the number of points it covers, it stimulates the thought process that the audience goes through when identifying a specific problem. Okay, so like you already know, identify the problem that the audience has, amplify the consequences of not solving that problem. Like someone that has an ulcer, you're definitely going to tell them, if you don't take care of this ulcer, it can cost your life, it can take your life, it can cause so damage, and all of this. Solution: tell a story that is related to that problem. That's where you now start saying, yes, I remember a few years ago I was in a gathering and suddenly somebody started facing serious pains. The pain was so much that they couldn't hold it. They carried the person to the hospital, then this transformation. Then a lot of people had used a specific drug. When they encountered the same pain, the moment they used the drug, the pain disappeared, all of those. Now, the offer comes. If you are an ulcer patient and you want to stop experiencing pains and all of those, this is the product you need. Once you take 2 spoons in the morning, 2 spoons in the afternoon, describing the product and how it will solve the problem. Take in the morning, take in the afternoon, you would never face any pain with ulcer again. Within 6 months of consistent use, ulcer would have been completely gone from your body. Response: ask for a response. Are you ready to say bye-bye to ulcer? If yes, click the link now and get your bottle of this Then you can now include urgency. 20 bottles left. Or the price is 30,000 and you are selling it at 10,000 for a limited time. Get it at 10,000 naira for the next 24 hours. So, do you understand that is how copy works? So, I'll just go on the last one and I think we'll call it a day. Then later we'll go to okay, let's finish up the frameworks. Then next up, the next class, we'll go over levels of copywriting. Okay, does that sound nice? I believe it does. So we've covered this, and we're about to finish this. So let's finish it up. So HSA is hook, story, and action. How does this work? Hook, story, and action. Let's see if we have it here. We don't have HSA here. Hook, story, action. Let's look for someone that has it here. It's not that popular, but I think it's also powerful. Let's see if this website has it. HSA. Hook, story, action. Hook, story, action. Okay, you know what? Let me just put HSA here. So someone that has it should show up. Okay, let's see if these guys have HSA. I'm trying to check out for HSA, but it looks like it's not very popular. I don't know why. Okay, if I can't find it, then we should find it here. Let me check this out now. I don't know why it's scarce, but I've once come across it and I think it's very, very nice too. Not this. Okay, looks like I'm seeing something close. All right, let me just say what it is. Hook, story, and action. Maybe we would find one that would give us a direct. Oh, this is HSO. Hook, story, offer. Hook, story, offer. Okay, let's just take this and see what it says. HSO, hook, story, offer. Most likely it's going to be the same thing.
The call is ending.
The call is ending, okay? Okay. So guys, okay, so permit me for the silence. I'm trying to add on the participants of this class live back to the class. Okay, I wish I could pause it, but I'm not sure. There's a way to pause. Okay. Okay, just give me some seconds and I'll jump right in back. Okay. Yes. We've got this. Okay, so we have about 15 minutes to the end of this class tonight. So let's see how much we can go and how far we can go with it. Let's wait for our students to come online and then we continue. So while we're waiting for our students to come online, the hook story offer, let's see what it all entails. So you can see there's a hook, there's a story, and there's an offer. I think I like that illustration. Okay. Yeah, this really talks about, yeah, it looks like someone joined the meeting. Okay, Josephine is here. Let's continue. Welcome back, Josephine. So we continue from where we stopped, and I'm still looking for hook story offer. So okay, a high value. Oh, this is a nice website. You could use this for more stuff, for more copywriting works. I'm gonna screenshot that if I can, or I'll save this link for later. I'm just gonna copy that. Okay, so I can't find hook story. I can't really find a very fresh one for hook story and offer. I can't really find one. Let me check WP funnels. Okay, hook story from offer framework. How does it work? The hook is captivating headline that draws your attention and makes them want to read more. It's the key element of curiosity that aligns with what you value or need. A strong hook in your online serves three essential purposes. It grabs their attention from potential customers, it sparks their interest by addressing the challenge they face, and it shows that you understand their needs, which helps you to build trust. So, a hook can be of many types. The following are the most successful types of sales hook for this framework. Curiosity trigger. How this single strategy turned Mike from blah 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 to this. Connection and empathy. You can focus on telling people you know the pain they are facing and understand their situation, and then you have the answer, and tell them you have the answer. The desirable promise. Get 10x more leads with this single marketing hack you never knew before. The dream come true hook. So this is just explaining different types of ways you can apply the hook. The story. Once you have hooked your audience, the next part is to convince them that you know what they need and that you have found the solution that they will absolutely love. So, to do so, you have to use a persuasive story that is engaging. So, basically, you write a copy where you explain where you started looking for the solution, how you came about it, and how you followed through with maybe someone else. Okay, so here's the easy way to get it right. Start with the juicy part. Then share the main reason for how and why the solution was found. Share a proof of success. Talk about another person who found success, that social proof. Connect with prospects with a strong persuasion and introduce your solution. Elaborate on the best use cases of your solution. Then finally, the offer. You give them an offer, whether it's a limited time offer, a discount offer. There are different kinds of offers you can give your customers. So there are different additional ones. You have 4Ps, FABs, Quest, and the 5C. Now, picture, promise, proof, push. Picture is where you paint a picture in someone's mind, and then you promise them that they are going to achieve that picture. You give them proof that somebody else has done it, and push is you push them to take an action. It's as simple as that. And when you talk about FAB, futures, advantages, and benefits, when you just talk elaborately about the features that okay your product has. Remember we talked about fast speeding cars. If you talk about horsepowers, talks about if you talk about the turbo, the turbine engine, all those features that fast car lovers admire. You talk to them about the features. Then you begin to tell them, okay, the 200 horsepower that this car has allows it to run 20 times faster than regular cars. Do you understand? Like if your normal car is going to pick up to 100 miles per hour in in 10 minutes, your your fast sport car will pick up to speed in the first 60 seconds. Do you understand? That's how it works. Then for the quest is qualify, understand, educate, stimulate, and transition. Okay, qualify. In essence, what this is saying is that from the headline, you have already qualified who needs to read your content, who needs to read your copy. Understand is a way for you to show them that you understand their problems. Educate is about you educating them about the solution to their problem, or you are shedding more light on the problem and the solution. Then stimulate is where you are bringing in your offer. They are making them to begin to desire your product, your offer, or your solution. And transition is you're taking them from someone that doesn't know your product, or that is just knowing about your product, to becoming a user of your product or a user of your service. That is where your call to action comes in. That is where you give them the offer. That is where you push them. That is where you tell them to take action. So that is quest. And the 5C, you need to be clear in your headline, concise in your messaging, compelling in your tone, show credibility, and be consistent with all your words. So that is just basically it. And that is the end of the class for tonight. So tonight we've been able to cover what is copywriting, advantages of copywriting, systems to make you a better copywriter. And next up tomorrow, we'll go into levels of copywriting and see how far we can go again. Thank you for tuning in. I wish you success. Watch more videos, read more books on copywriting, and this will help you. If you want looking for a book to start with, 13 pages of you can read the book Secret of the Millionaire Mind. It helps you to understand how marketing works, how sales works, and every other thing. Very good book. I recommend you to read this book if you have not read it before. So that'll be the end of class tonight. Do you have any questions?